What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Comically Boston episode 27. Today is January 30th, 2023. Everyone go over to Langone. My buddy Andrew Langone, it is his birthday. Shout out Langone. Happy birthday, brother. I'll see you in a week or so to go see Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. That's going to be hype. But happy birthday, brother. Love you to pieces. This week on Comically Boston, we had another episode of The Last of Us. And earlier in the week, I talked about the Celtics. They were on a 9-game win streak. I said they were going to continue that, and I must have cursed us because we went on a bit of a losing streak, but we righted that ship and we got ourselves back in the W column. Also, Thursday night, right before pregame tip-off for the Knicks versus the Celtics at home, we got the All-Star captains for the East and West, and we got some news on who the starters were going to be. So the captains, of course, I believe I predicted that a couple episodes ago, will be Giannis Antetokounmpo for the East and Mr. LeBron James for the West, which, you know, love that for them. I think they've been captains the last couple of years. Would have liked to see it switched up, but hey, it's all goes by the voting for the people, so they're getting the most votes. Oh well. So LeBron is now a 19 folks, 19-time All-Star. Most All-Star selections in NBA history. LeBron James is now tied with Kareem for 19. Kobe had 18, Tim Duncan had 15, Kevin Garnett had 15, Shaquille O'Neal had 15. 15 All-Star appearances is a lot. 19? This is his 20th year in the league, so he missed it when he was a rookie. Wow, like 19 seasons. Whew. LeBron James is a bad man. But talking about LeBron and Kareem being tied for all-time leading All-Star selections, LeBron is about 100 and something points away from passing Kareem. He'll probably do it in a couple weeks, so he's going to be the most points scored all time by a player ever. But I thought this stat was pretty crazy because career 3-point made field goals, right? Kareem had the most points all time. He made one 3-pointer. One. He was 1 for 18 from 3. Granted, the 3-pointer didn't come until very late into his career. It wasn't a thing before then. But still, he was 1 for 18. LeBron is 9th all-time in threes. He's made 2,223 threes. So, LeBron has made quite a bit more threes than, Kareem. But he also has, I'd say, a lot more steals, a lot more assists. LeBron's probably top 10 in steals, assists, blocks, rebounds. Like, LeBron's a crazy athlete, crazy stat machine. Is he the best of all time? In my opinion, that is Jordan, Kobe, Bron in my list. Is he the greatest athlete ever? Maybe, yeah. He's probably taken the best care of his body. He's kept his nose clean the most. He hasn't gotten into trouble the most, and especially being in this cell phone era, he's just done his own thing, you know. So, yeah, LeBron's LeBron, baby. What are you gonna do? But also, right? So they announced this, that they'll be announcing the picks for each team. Like, they'll do it like a schoolyard bullshit pickup game, and they're gonna pick right before tip-off of the All-Star game. Which, I mean, it's good and bad. I would like to know the lineups before the game to know who to root for, but it is what it is. But the East All-Star starters will be Giannis, Kyrie, my boy Jason Tatum from the Celtics, Kevin Durant, Donovan Mitchell. Now, I think Giannis is more of a 4. He's more of a power forward, which means this lineup is, right? So if he's playing the 5, probably KD at the 4, JT at the 3, Donovan Mitchell at the 2, Kyrie at the 1. That lineup right there is small, you know, like, but, I mean, so is this lineup over here, technically. LeBron's playing small forward. You got Zion at the power. You got Jokic at the 5, Curry at the 1, Luka at the 2. The West lineup for starters is stacked, too. Surprised to see Zion in there. Good for him, though. But just to go through, Zion's second All-Star start or All-Star appearance, first start. Jokic's fifth All-Star appearance, third straight start. Steph's ninth All-Star appearance, ninth as a starter. Luka's fourth All-Star, third as a starter. That's the West 5. East 5 with the captain Giannis, seventh All-Star appearance, third time being a captain. JT, fourth All-Star appearance. He's started a couple times. This is his first as a starter, but KD the last 2 years was injured and All-Star also got picked as an All-Star, so he wasn't able to play in the games, so JT filled in as a starter for him the last 2 years. So technically JT's been a starter for 3 years in the All-Star game, but just to be technical. KD 13th All-Star game, crazy for him. Kyrie 8th All-Star, 6th as a starter. Donovan Mitchell 4th All-Star, first start. He had 71 this year. So fucking Donovan's been playing pretty crazy, and he had that crazy stat line. But those are your All-Stars. So I think that's a crazy starting five for each lineup. And then, you know, the reserves. Who are the reserves going to be? Who should it be? I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's been playing great. Ja Morant's probably up there on the list. Damian Lillard's always a stud. Domantas Sabonis has been playing great. So is Markkanen. Tyrese Halliburton is always a problem whenever we face the Pacers. James Harden has been playing quiet for him, but still putting up great numbers. Jaylen Brown better be an all-star because he's been a stud this year. Bam Adebayo and Joel Embiid, I think, could have been a starter for the East. Probably over KD or one of those people, maybe even Donovan or even Kyrie. But it is what it is. Who do you think should have been the all-star starters, and who do you think should be the reserves? Comment below. But moving on to Thursday night, the Celtics faced the Knicks, and we lost in a close one. We lost 120-117. We demote our record to 35-15. We lost 3 straight. JT had 35, 4, and 14 rebounds. JB had 22 and 9 rebounds. Julius Randle had 37 and 9. Brunson had 29 points. Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson have been playing quite well. I think that's his name, Jalen Brunson. But Brunson, he's a good player for the Knicks. Good pickup for them. Julius Randle's been playing lights out. That was a close game. JB had a point. I think Jason Tatum had a chance to hit a game-winning shot with like a couple seconds left, and then JB got fouled. He was sent to the line. He had to make 1 to tie up the game, make 2 to win the game, and he missed both. And then they ended up going down, shooting 2 free throws. That's how we got the 120-117 score. But that was a tough game. Had to have been tough for JB to deal with that, and all of a sudden he's just gone, and he lost. So, you know, like, that's a tough game for him. Saturday versus the Lakers, we face the Lakers at home. Rob Williams is out, no Smart, so we're out 2 starters, and this game went into overtime. So we ended up taking the dub in overtime, 124-121. We improved 36-15. Jaylen Brown took over in overtime. He was not playing. He lost the game against the Knicks. He was like, I'm not playing. We're winning this one. And he ended up finishing with 37, 9 rebounds. Jason Tatum had 30 and 11 rebounds. Brogdon had 26 off the bench. Braun ended up finishing with 41, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. This whole game had a bunch of controversy over it because LeBron thought he got fouled, smacked on the arm at the last second. He did. He should have been going to the line. But if you also look at that play, he traveled. So if he traveled and he got fouled, that kind of they both cancel each other out. So then you go to overtime, and then the best man won in overtime, and the Celtics beat the Lakers in overtime. So I don't care. If this was a playoff game and it was coming down to the wire, maybe it would be more important. But this isn't a playoff game. This is a regular season game. It happens all the time. Refs ain't been making calls to win games, but the basketball game should be won on the court by the players, not the referees. So if the referees didn't want to make a call to make it the last play of the game, they sent you overtime. That's your chance to win. Go out in overtime and play and win. And the Celtics put LeBron down. It was like, fuck you. This is our court, and we're winning, and we're getting back into the dub column. So now we're 36-15. We play Wednesday, and we play Friday this coming up week. Wednesday is February 1st. Friday is February 3rd. That is my birthday, so I'll be looking forward to watching that game on Friday. Other than that, not too much news. A little bit of news this week from the creators of The Last of Us and HBO Max. Season 2 has been officially confirmed. And if they're going to do Season 2 of a television show, what they don't really tell you about television is the first season doesn't get paid as much as the later seasons. So if you keep going and making seasons and seasons and seasons, the longer you go on, the more and more you have to get paid. So, and the show's just going to keep getting better, I think. I think this first season, if they just go the entire complete first game in 9 episodes and finish the first game, I think the second game is big enough that they could split it up into 2 seasons, but I don't know. You know, there's only 2 games right now, so if they do a second season and then complete the second season in the second game in the second season, then they maybe have to put a third game out into action. I don't know. I would like to see that. That would be kind of cool. But episode 3 of The Last of Us was amazing. This was also, I think, fan art made of The Last of Us. This is the journey we've been on through the first 2 episodes. You can see the lady in the middle, the mycologist. You can see Ellie with her arm getting bit. Joel holding a dagger. Ellie sitting in the grass. Tess looking at her. Tess up in the corner. Clicker. Joel facing the clicker head on. The Capitol building. Joel and Ellie next to Joel's head on the right there. Then the bottom corner has Marlene. Joel with a flashlight. When you're lost in the darkness, look for the lights. I'm pretty sure that's the Firefly thing from the game. Boston, they have the first episode guy up in the top left corner. That's just a crazy little fan art thing, but I don't know, man. This show's been really getting to me. In episode 3 with Nick Offerman, the Bill and Frank episode titled "A Long, Long Time." Oh. This whole episode just made you want to become a prepper. You know, like just made you want to become a prepper and do your thing and get a bunker and get your guns together and just be like, hey, if there's zombies coming and the world's going to hell, I'm taking Lincoln, Massachusetts, and that's my town, and this is going to be my place. And just put up, fences, create a perimeter, do whatever you got to do. Create this whole little cul-de-sac, make it yours. It is no longer you and your neighbors, it's just yours. And then all of a sudden Bill falls in a hole, or Frank falls in a hole, and Bill's like ready to come out and shoot him, and he's like, I'm not infected. And he's like, who the fuck are you? Oh god. And then they ended up falling in love, and oh god, this whole episode was amazing. I hope Nick Offerman I'm sorry for Frank's character's name, I don't remember it, but his real name in real life. But the guy who plays Frank and Nick Offerman, who plays Bill, he and both those men need to get Emmys for this episode, because that episode was beautiful. Like, just 2 gay men falling in love and growing old and getting cancer, and this whole story with Bill is the furthest changed since the game. In the game, you find Bill and you never really see Frank, and Frank has hung himself because he ran away from Bill pretty much. And like it's implied that him and Bill were together in the game, but it was never really said. Like, oh, Bill's gay and Frank was his lover. Like, it's just not said like that. So in the show, they had a real chance to change everything, and instead of Joel and Ellie going through the town setting off traps and blowing shit up and finding notes and then finding their way to Bill, Joel gets hung upside down in the game. He's got to shoot clickers. It's a real problem in the game. It's this whole action-packed sequence, and Bill and Ellie's dynamic is hilarious. In this, Ellie and Bill never even get to meet, so like, but I did like this story so much better. You get to see, the dynamic, but that's the similarities between Bill and Joel, and see how they met, and see how Joel is as a human compared to Bill, and see how Frank is, and Frank has such a warm heart, and Bill's just like a loner, and like it's like a real couple. If like there was one introvert, one extrovert in a couple. I'm probably more of an introverted extrovert. Like, I like to talk to people and go out and do things, but like if I don't have to, and I could just stay home and just enjoy my day and have peace for like even a brief moment, like that's it. That's cool for me, man. Like, just lay with the puppy, watch a movie. That's the day. You know, like, I ain't trying to be doing stuff that's gonna piss me off or get me into trouble anymore. Like, that's just not where I'm at in life. It's just not where I'm playing anymore. Hell, even if we went into a zombie apocalypse, maybe I'm just trying to find my Frank, you know? I'm just trying to find somebody that doesn't hate me, that just wants to love me back. But comment below, did you really like this episode of The Last of Us? Are you excited for next week's episode? And, you know, Joel and Ellie are in the car, they're heading west, and if you know from the games, the next part, you know, you're now exiting Massachusetts, so where do they go next? Are they going to add more things that we didn't have in the game? Or are they going to now go into the next part of the game, which is, I believe, Pittsburgh? We can talk more about that in the next episode, so tune in next Sunday for The Last of Us on HBO Max. Tune in every Monday for a new episode of Comically Boston. If you guys have been watching my Lego videos and you're here from that content, I appreciate you quite a bit. You guys have no idea how far it goes. I was looking at analytics the other day for my YouTube channel, and I found out that half of y'all are actually women. Shout out to y'all. What the fuck are you doing watching my channel and you're a woman not commenting on this shit? What the fuck is up? Comment below. Tell me what's good. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me how I can make this channel better. Tell me what you want to see, what you're watching. If you have any recommendations for me on things to watch, shows to get into. I just finished Breaking Bad recently, so I'm looking to get into a new show. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do like a Lord of the Rings type of thing and then go watch that Rings of Power. That was like an $800 million budget by Amazon, so like, I gotta go see that. Like, I have to, but I don't have the context. I haven't seen the Lord of the Rings probably since I was like a child, so I gotta see those again. But I hope all y'all have a great day. Be safe, be well. I love y'all. Keep the peace, do your thing. Watch The Last of Us, and watch the Celtics. Go Celtics. Root for them this week. Send Langone a happy birthday message. Comment below. DM me on Instagram or at me on Twitter. Links in the description. Peace out, y'all.